Hello, everyone. Yes, I am back. Feels like I've been busy. And I have been busy. I'm leaving tomorrow for my road trip. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm hoping to get this video out today. We'll see how it goes. Just had my shower. All ready to go. You'll see my hair, and it's not even quite dry yet. I like it the best right after a shower, because a curl comes out the best right at the very beginning. Anyway, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm so excited. Been dreaming of this for months now, all winter. All right, but I do have some questions that you asked that I need to answer. I'm not sure how many I'm going to get through today. I'll have to keep track of the time. But let's start. Crazy Lady asked a question. Actually, he asked 3 questions. And she's from Nebraska. And she's referring to a video. Actually, it might have been my last video. Anyway, the question was, were the flower clips from this spring? And I was filming the beautiful blossoms on the trees in my area. So yes, that is our spring. And she said things were barely budding where she was. So yeah, Vancouver Island is rainy, but we do have beautiful and fairly early springs. And yeah, that's one really beautiful thing about it here. And she's also asking, have I gathered anything lately? And she might have been referring to my nettles, or maybe my, actually no, I hadn't done the dandelion flowers yet at that point. I don't know, but anyway, yes, I have gathered dandelions since then. I will keep on gathering them as I see them. Actually, just reminded me, I have to look around. And I've been picking nettles and doing the nettles several times. Ah, so good. And the other question is, do I have any hobbies at this time? I'm not really a hobby person, but I do dabble in different kind of creative things, I guess. And over the winter, I did start to do some crochet. I did crochet. Actually, you saw this on one of my videos. I'm going to risk wrecking my nice hair. My hat. I really made this to keep the rain off my glasses, because it was here over the winter, and it worked. It worked very well that way. But also I crocheted myself some arm warmers, just to keep my arms warm, actually, this way. Because I have a couple of clothing, especially at this time of the year, that are 3/4 length sleeves. So this part of my arm still gets cold, right? So I put them on, keep warm. I do have some yarn here in the van, so if I ever get inspired, I can do more crocheting. Oh, right, okay. I've dropped these guys. All right. Oh, right, I was going to mention about hobbies. Is my, the painting I've done on the chair, but that's a couple years ago, but it's also rubbing off, so I have to redo it. And I'll show you a clip of the table. Did I say chair? I meant table that I've designed. And I'm going to continue doing that. I just have to get re-inspired. I still have the acrylic pens to do it. Who knows, maybe some other things. And on my old build, before I put in my fridge, I had a chair that was made into a a container that I had storage in, and I had drawn a labyrinth on the top of it. I kind of miss that labyrinth, actually. I still have it at my son's house. I've been trying to figure out a way I can incorporate just the lid part, the labyrinth part, into my van. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Okay, thank you, crazy lady. Whatever your name is, you can tell me your name. From Nebraska. Okay. Donna's Northern Lights asks me, how long will I live in my van? Infinitely. There's no time that I don't want to live in my van. I have no desire to live in sticks and bricks. Hopefully this van will stay beautiful for a long, long time yet. Years and years, I can continue living in Big Blue. No desire to live in sticks and bricks. That's the way it is. I love it so much. And actually, I think that leads to a question. Oh, that leads to a question that Stephen asked me, Stephen Warren. What is the biggest difference between a house and a van? And that leads to my favorite part, actually. I think there was another question about that. What is my okay, Dana, what is my fav part of van life? And those three questions kind of work together. And the biggest difference between a house and a van is that I'm on wheels. My house is wherever I go. That is my most favorite part of living in a van. I drive somewhere and I'm home. Can go anywhere and I'm home. In a house, no, you have to drive away from your house to be out and about. And then you have to go home again. And of course, my view is different all the time. Every time I wake up in the morning, because I seldom sleep in the same place 2 nights in a row. Sometimes I do. So my view is different every morning. Yeah, you don't get that in a house, do you? I think when I started living in a house, when I was living in a house, I stopped appreciating my house and I stopped appreciating my surroundings around my house. Because I've always lived in really, really beautiful places. My last house was a log cabin on an acreage. It was beautiful. Another house was on a 100-acre farm. Another place that was kind of a little apartment built into a barn complex. So I was on a 100-acre farm there. So I've been very, very fortunate of my places that I've lived in. But it's still not the same as being on wheels and driving off into the sunset. So the saying goes. Oh, and Dana also asks my least favorite part. Yeah, I don't think about this a whole lot. My least favorite part. That's a really, really good question. Okay, I have to think. Sometimes I get just the niggling feeling about, and it's happened maybe 3 or 4 times in 3 years, about, what is it? Oh, about hauling water. Maybe that's it, about having to haul water once a week. Because even, pooping in a bag and peeing in a bucket doesn't bother me. I often do that as opposed to going into a place, even if there's a bathroom nearby, I'll just use my van toilet. Maybe it's the hauling of the water. Not having hot water, no problem. I don't miss it whatsoever. I wash my face with cold water. And I have no need at all for hot water coming out of a tap. Oh, and that leads to another question. Where is it? Oh yeah, West Coast Lori. Sorry, Lori. Do I have my own shower, outdoors or otherwise? No, I have never showered in my van. I'm not set up for it. I have a bucket USB shower, the kind that you put the pump right into the water bucket. I have used that when I was on my other trips in my safari van. I've never used it in Big Blue, but now I'm going on a trip, so I suspect I will be using it. So that's my only shower, is if I need to. I have to do it outside. Yeah, and it'll be fun to kind of experiment with that, actually. I'm looking for it. I want to do it. This shower uses tons and tons of water, though. Boy, it sucks up the water. So I have to get water from either a river or something, or just be able to replenish my water after the shower. Whew! I've had some sun shining on me, so I had to change out some clothes. Because I'm right in the front, so I got sun shining in the windshield of my van. You probably see my cheeks getting redder and redder, because I was getting hot. But I'll cool down now. Let's continue some questions. Oh, come on. Priscilla Haskin. Was my high top an original or an add-on after I bought it? Sorry, excuse me. I'm not used to talking so much. My throat is getting hoarse. Whoops. Just splashed water all over the place. Priscilla, was my high top an original or an add-on after I bought it? Well, the van had the high top on it when I bought it. But I believe this van was a passenger van. At least when I pulled up all the floor, the hookups for all the seats were there, and it's all windows. So I have a strong feeling the high top was put on at some point in its life. Remember, this van is 28 years old, so it has a long history before I ever had it. Yeah. That's all I know about the high top part of it. I do know the high top is a double one, that like it's a fiberglass, so it has the outer core, outer skin, whatever it's called, but it has an inner finish skin as well, so it's, I don't know. And I just was fixing on something recently, and there's foam in between the two, so it actually is insulated as well. Okay, high top. I don't know how to answer this question. I'm not sure how to say his name. LOCD for Life 707. Lucid? LOCD for Life 707 ask this. What happened to the dance I used to do on my videos? Oh, well, I'm so glad you watched my old videos. I'm so embarrassed. Well, my earlier videos, when I started YouTube, I had no clue, absolutely no clue how to do it. I'm the kind of person that just delves in there and does it, and I learn along the way. So those first videos are pretty interesting, a little embarrassing. I didn't know how to adjust the volume. I don't know how to turn down the volume of the music. I didn't know how to turn up the volume of my speaking. Yeah. But watch them. They're real. They're a lot of it was my van build, like the actual build of the van. So there's some interesting things there. So go ahead and watch all those first videos, the first year at least. Even the second year. And now the third year. I'm finishing my third year. I'm starting my fourth year. What day? In about 4 days, I'm starting my fourth year of van life on May 1st. So, oh, I forgot to answer the question. What happened to the dance I used to do on my videos? I don't know. I guess I just evolved. You answer me this in your comments. Should I dance on my videos some more? What do you think? Should I do it? Should I embarrass myself? Should I just have fun with it? Yeah, answer that question for me in the comments. Okay. Stephen, you asked me, would I ever want a different van? And that is a really good question. I can tell you what I don't want as far as the build is concerned. I don't want a, how do I say this in a correct way? I don't want a professionally built van, like with all the cupboards and everything so perfect and all the beautiful wood. And I'm not looking for that at all. I love my unique van. I love, what's the word for it? Oh, actually, my granddaughter said something the other day. Oh, she's 15 years old. She said my van has vibe. I guess that's the kind of van I want. I don't want, and I'm not disrespecting anybody that watches this that lives in a van that's professionally built out. I admire them completely. They're beautiful. They're efficient. They're absolutely everything. I just personally don't want to live in that kind of space. I want my own vibe. Yeah. Please don't take offense about what I just said if you live in one of those, because I completely admire them. Yeah, yeah. And as far as do I want to live in a different van? I would love to live in a newer van. A much newer van, because this is an old 28-year-old thing, and you know, things are rusting out, and I spent quite a bit of money just getting it ready for this road trip coming up. And yeah, but you know, when I watch other YouTube videos and people in their newer vans, they're still having to, you know, fix things and always maybe concerned about things breaking down while on the road. And yeah, I don't know. But I'd love to live in a newer van. It really would be really, really nice. And have a proper heating system and I don't know, I'd never want running water or anything like that, or a gray water system or a black water. Not for me, never. If I bought a van that had those things, I'd pull them out right away. But a new one would be good. That doesn't have the rust. That has a nice body. That's pretty. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say about that, Stephen. We'll see. Maybe there's other things. Anyway, there you go. Okay, Donna's Northern Lights. Have I ever thought of getting a tiny dog, which could alert me to danger? No, I haven't. I've thought of getting a cat. In fact, I think about a cat thing a lot. Do you hear the rain? I see blue sky. It's raining on me. The sun was hot. The dark clouds were there. A day of a little bit of everything. But I'm losing track. Oh my gosh, what was I talking about? Oh, tiny dog. No, I never ever want to live with a dog. And it wouldn't be a tiny one anyways, if I did. Kind of small to medium size. With a deep bark, woof, 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 is what I would go for. But no, I'm not so concerned about being alerted to danger. I've got a pretty good sense, I think, after 3 years of the sounds around me. I can, yeah. What else can I say? Yeah. But a cat, when I see other cat bands, I just like them laying on the dash and laying in different places in the van. I think, oh, I want a cat. But having a kitty litter box in here, and I said this on a different video, it's the constantness that I have trouble with. Not the responsibility. I would be completely responsible if I had a pet in the van. But having a pet in a van or in a house, and in the van I think it's even doubly more so, is it's constant. All the time. All the time. Be just like having a child. I'm at a time in my life where I don't want to have a child. I just thought of that, actually. Interesting. Like I said, that just came to my mind at this moment. This question's actually kind of funny. My sister Brenda asked it. And she asked it after I uploaded just a short little video. I think it was like 8 seconds long or something. I was just laying in bed one morning thinking, and I've been thinking about doing more shorts. I have to continue doing that, especially on my trip. But anyway, I was laying in bed, flashing my light, click on, off, on, off, off, on, off, on. And she asked me, does anybody know Morse code? And I was very deliberately not trying to do any kind of code. Yeah. Actually, and this isn't a question. Someone had just made a comment that she likes my glasses. I didn't even write it down who said it. Sorry. Because these glasses do have a story. They are new. The frames are new. The lenses themselves I've had for about 3 or 4 years. But I never ever wore those glasses. They were uncomfortable. So I just got this idea. Why don't I go in and see if somebody has some frames that I can pop the lenses into. And these are what she came up with. I like them. And I get comments on them all the time. That people like them. That's the story of my glasses. Ishta. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Ishta. Sorry. Ishta. She asked me, am I on Facebook? Yes, I am. Under Loreen, Loreen, Graw, Graw. I don't do a lot on Facebook. I do put my uploads on Facebook. Don't do a lot. I don't go on Facebook very much. But anyway, those are the questions that I'm answering. That's what I have written down. I don't think there have been others. If there has, I will answer them in future videos. So, now I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you on the other side. The other side of the ocean, or the other side of the strait that's keeping me from the mainland. So my next video will be when I'm on the road somewhere. See you guys. Talk later.